you struggling to figure out how much your product really costs? Or have you ever wondered what exactly goes into the true cost of your product? Let's break it down simply and step by step. Hey everyone, welcome to Aitri Labs, your go-to channel for simple and practical finance tutorials. In this video, I'll be showing you how to calculate the direct cost of a product. If you've ever needed to break down the direct costs linked to making your product, talking about things like raw materials, direct labor, and any other related costs, this is exactly how you can do it. Now, everyone has slightly different methods, but I'm sharing the one that works for me. It's simple, structured, and we'll walk through it together in 5 easy steps. Let's dive in. Step 1 is to enter some basic product information. In this scenario, my product name is going to be, of course, Aitri Shampoo. So my shampoo size, that's going to be 200 ml. I'm starting small with my Aitri Shampoo business, so I'm going to be starting with 5,000 units. The vessel capacity that I'll be manufacturing my product, I've been told, can make 2,000 kilos. I'm going to put that figure there. It's a very important number. And then, wastage in SG as a percentage. SG meaning a specific gravity. So we're going to allow a wastage allowance of 5%. As I'm making 5,000 units of a 200 ml shampoo, the template tells me it's going to be 1,000 kilos of the shampoo required, and this is going to be made in one batch. Step 2, raw material cost. Right, I've entered all my raw material product information, so that's all the raw material trade names, price per kilo of every single raw material, the usage breakdown from the formulation sheet, and then the template calculates the cost per kilo for every single raw material. And at the bottom, it tallies the total cost per kilo. Next, we will apply the wastage and SG allowance of 5%, which gives you that figure there. And then finally, it breaks it down into your cost per unit based on the number of units you're making, and that's that figure. And then next, we go on to step 3. For step 3, this is going to be all things labor. And in my scenario, the 2 key labor costs I'm going to account for is manufacturing, which is a cost of mixing the bulk, and production, which is a cost of filling, packing, labeling, and getting the products ready. So it's going to take one person 14 hours at a cost of £27 per hour. And based on those information, my manufacturing labor cost per unit is that figure over there. Production, it's going to take 8 people 10 hours at a rate of £16.50 per hour. So I now have my manufacturing labor cost per unit and my production labor cost per unit. Step 4, all the direct cost. In this scenario, there's 2 key costs I'll be accounting for in this section, which are my machine rate cost and my operational overhead cost. Machine rate cost, I've split this down into 2, manufacturing machine cost and production machine cost. This is based on the 2 different types of machinery used in manufacturing and production. Different people work this differently. I've assumed that there's a lot more cost gone into the mixing element than has gone into the production and packing element, hence why I've set 2 different rates. I'm going to now enter the rates associated with the 2 aspects. Machine being 57.50, production being 19.17. Operational overhead cost. Again, there's a lot of operational overhead cost that goes into manufacturing and production of my shampoo. Water being a very key part, as there's a lot of water being used in manufacturing. Also in cleaning of the vessels once the products have been manufactured. Also electricity. Electricity is not cheap, so I'd want to allocate that cost as well to my final overhead cost. Also cost of rent and any other overheads that you might want to apply to your business. Again, I've got my rates there, and I'm going to use the same rate across manufacturing and production. The template uses those rates that I've just entered in addition to the labor hours to calculate my total machine cost per unit and my total operational overhead cost per unit. And finally, step 5, this is where we bring you on home. We have your raw material cost, your labor cost, machine cost, and operational overhead cost that we previously calculated above in the 4 previous steps. In addition to those costs, there's some other costs you want to put in there. For example, testing cost, and the cost for that, the total cost, is £200. Next is componentry and packaging. I've gone all out and spent some big money on some fancy packaging for my shampoo, and that's cost me £2,500 for the 5,000 units I'm making. The template also calculates down my cost per unit and the outer case. So this is the little boxes that my products go into before they leave the warehouse. cost me £400. Any additional delivery logistics costs for getting my products from point A to point B, put that in there at £1,000. And any other cost that hasn't been previously accounted for above, I'm going to allow £500 there. As you can see, the template then neatly gives you out your total direct cost, your total cost per unit, and your total cost per kilo. And that's it, guys. If you've learned at least one useful thing from this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you picked up quite a few valuable tips, why not subscribe and join the Aitri Labs community for more finance tutorials? If you've got any questions, hop into the comments below. Remember, the template is completely free and available for you to download in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.